Hindi ka pa ba katag? Mag-like, share and subscribe na sa Tara Anything Goes.
iPhone 3G has been great. And that's why I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS. Now the S simply stands for speed, because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made.
Welcome back mga katag. For this video, we will be reviewing the third generation of iPhone which was released in 2009. This is the iPhone 3GS by Apple. The iPhone 3GS was released over a decade ago in June 2009, but it remains a significant milestone in the history of smartphones. It was the third generation of Apple's iPhone, and it brought with it several new features that helped cement the iPhone's reputation as the gold standard for smartphones. In this article, we'll explore whether the iPhone 3GS is still usable in 2023 and how it compares to the latest iPhone models. The iPhone 3GS was launched just 1 year after the iPhone 3G. It was the first iPhone to support video recording and editing and had a faster processor and better camera than its predecessors. It also introduced voice control, which allowed users to make calls and play music using voice commands. The iPhone 3GS was a commercial success, selling over 1 million units in its first weekend of release. Despite its age, the iPhone 3GS remains a beloved device for many users. The latest iPhone models, such as the iPhone 14, are a world apart from the iPhone 3GS in terms of performance and features. The iPhone 14 has a significantly larger and higher resolution display, a more powerful processor, multiple cameras, and support for 5G. It also runs on the latest version of iOS, which means it has access to all of the latest apps and features. In contrast, the iPhone 3GS has a small 3.5-inch display, a slower processor, a single camera, and only supports 3G data. It also cannot run the latest version of iOS, which means it can access some of the newer apps and features. While the iPhone 3GS is no longer a cutting-edge device, it is still usable in 2023. The phone can make calls, send texts, and access the internet over a 3G connection. It can also run many of the apps that were available when it was released, although newer apps may not be compatible. Hindi ka pa ba katag? Mag-like, share and subscribe na sa Tara Anything Goes. The iPhone 3GS can also be a great option for people who prefer a smaller phone or for those who don't need the latest and greatest features. However, it's worth noting that Apple no longer provides software updates or security patches for the iPhone 3GS, which means it may be more vulnerable to security threats than newer devices. The iPhone 3GS was a groundbreaking device when it was released, and it remains a beloved device for many users. While it cannot compete with the latest iPhone models in terms of performance and features, it is still usable in 2023 for basic tasks such as making calls and sending texts. However, it's important to remember that the iPhone 3GS is no longer supported by Apple, which means it may be more vulnerable to security threats than newer devices. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Tara Anything Goes.